What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. It's lunchtime and my buddy Kev finished his lunch early and said, dude, I dare you to clone the Google homepage in 30 minutes. Can we do it? No preps, no second monitor, no copy and paste. Just do it right now. I mean, hell yeah.
I can do this all day.
All right, let's take a look at what we're going to be building today. The Google homepage clone. We should be building this in HTML and CSS. So this should be pretty simple build. If we take a look at it, there isn't much that happens really on building this, because if you go through the mobile, the only difference is that the navigation right at the bottom collapses. So we should be handling that within the 30 minutes. Let's see how that goes. Of course, we've got the header right on top. We've got the search bar right on, well, the logo, the search bar, the two buttons, and the languages that it offers, and where I'm currently at. Right now I'm in Zimbabwe. So, right, I don't want to waste much of my 30 minutes. So let's get into it. I've already opened my VS Code. Opened a folder in my VS Code, and I've named it here Google Clone. I've created an index.html boilerplate. I'm mumbling and wasting time. Let's get started. I'm just gonna create a boilerplate right now, and I'm gonna call it Google, the title. Awesome. I'm not going to worry about the CSS as we start, because I just need to build this up, and after I build it, we can take a look at how it looks. I have started my live server already, so we should be seeing our updates as we work on the page. Okay, fantastic. So on the right is my live server, in the middle is my VS Code, and on the far left is what we'll be copying to build. Right, I've already wasted a minute or so, let's get started. So first of all, we right on the top of the page, I envision a header. So that's exactly what I'm going to start creating. So I'm just going to say header. Or before we do that, let me zoom in so you guys can be able to see as well. Well, that should be big enough for you guys to see. Awesome. So I'm just going to say header. And inside my header, I've got 4 items. So Google, images, the app icon, and the avatar. I don't know if people still use the word avatar. Pretty late, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna initialize my anchor tag to a hash. I'm gonna try and give this classes, and I will be using the BEM naming convention. The BEM naming convention. That's great. So this one is named Gmail, and we need to create another one, and the other one will have a hash as well, and a class of search links with a title of images. Images. Awesome. So the next one is an A tag, and this A tag I'm not going to give it a class, or because I'm just going to put it in an SVG right and in here. Okay, after the SVG, we are going to have the avatar. Again, I've said avatar. Profile picture now, right? People call this profile picture. I'm going to give it a class again of, say, profile picture. Profile. We said BEM naming conventions. So profile picture, and inside the profile picture, I'm going to put in my initial, which is I for Ian. I'll save this up, and we'll take a look at what we have. Nothing is showing. Why is that? Refresh that. So we have a problem with our live server. Let me restart our live server again. Let me go live. There we go. Should be working just fine. Let's test it out. Yeah, let's go. Perfect. I'm just gonna now put in the SVG. I'm gonna use hero icons. So let me go to hero icons now. Hero icons. Awesome. Hero icons, and I'll search for the search icon. Copy. Did I copy the SVG? Perfect. Copy the SVG. I'm going to collapse that in and paste my SVG inside there. So this should give us a class, and I want to give it a class of I'll remove the height and the width and give it a class of say Google Apps, because this is the Google Apps icon, right? So we should have it in that manner. So the stroke I'm going to remove, the fill I'm going to remove, so that it becomes a plain icon, so we can be able to manage it ourselves. Not sure if that's what we want. We said we want the grid. Okay, not the search. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Okay, cool. This should be acceptable for now, I guess. Let's put it in, and let's give it a class again. In our case of Google Apps. Yeah, I think that's fine. Google Apps. So it takes in the color of current color, because this fill is filling in. So let's see what happens if we remove the fill. That's perfect. So we need to make sure that when we're styling it, we change it to the color that we actually want, not the blue one. Fantastic. Now I'm done with my header, and let me work on the rest of the stuff. Right underneath, we've got this search container. So I'm going to give it a div and give it a class of search container. And inside my search container, I've got an SVG. The SVG is the, or it might not be the SVG per se, but it's the logo itself. So I'm just going to copy the address to the logo. Copy image address. Right. So inside of here, I'm going to put in the image and with the link. So that should start showing on my page. Fantastic. Right. Underneath the image itself. Okay. Or maybe let's give this one a class, just so that we can be able to style it or put in any margins when we want to. So this is the main logo. That's the class of the main logo. And underneath the main logo, we have got a search container, right? Which this is the container that I want to put in there. So let's do a div, give it a class of search container, not links, container. Perfect. Inside the search container, I'm going to put in an SVG, oh, not DVG, SVG. And we have got an input over here. Input. Never write code when you're rushing. Okay, let's do this. SVG again. We put in another SVG. So the first SVG that we want to search for is the search. Where you search, copy SVG. Perfect. And right here, we're going to paste our SVG like so. Once we've done that, we're going to put in our input right here. Input. Okay, perfect. It won't have a placeholder. It's pretty much empty right now as we speak. So maybe the name to be searched. Okay, perfect. So another SVG is for the microphone, right? So I'm just gonna go to hero icons again and type in microphone. I'm not sure if I want the outline or the solid one. Let me take a look at their site. Oh, it looks like the solid one for now. Okay, so let's go and select the solid one. I'm going to paste it in, save that again, take a look at my site. Perfect. Okay, so it looks like everything is perfect inside the search container, as we have for now. Okay, so the next stuff is we need to then put in the buttons that go underneath the search container. Okay, so underneath the search container, I think we can create another div, and call it search buttons. Okay, search buttons. And inside the buttons, I'm gonna do two divs. Okay, so I'm gonna do a div, div, and I don't have to do div. I don't know why I'm saying div, but dot search button, and I'll say ×2. Perfect. Emmett comes to the rescue. Search, Google search, and the other one should be I'm feeling lucky. Okay. Oops. There we go. I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling lucky. Lucky. Awesome. Lucky. Save. Perfect. So we've got Google search. I'm feeling lucky right at the bottom of the search buttons. Okay. So after that, we have got, I think, the languages. Google offered in Chishona, isiZulu, Chichewa, Setswana. If you're wondering where Chishona in isiZulu, Chichewa, Setswana is spoken, it's spoken in Zimbabwe. I don't speak all these languages. I speak Shona only, and maybe a bit of Zulu and Ndebele. So I don't know why Ndebele isn't here, because it's one of the big languages in Zimbabwe. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. So as we go down, so we want to put in the languages, right? So I'm going to say div with the class of languages, and inside the languages, I'm going to say Google offered in. So I'm going to say A, which is an anchor tag, and the anchor tag, well, maybe we can say A ×3. Okay, so I'm gonna say Chishona. Chishona, and I'm gonna be a rebellion because I'm not gonna put isiZulu. I'm gonna put isiNdebele, and I'm gonna put Chichewa and Setswana. Okay. Oh, come on. Do I even know how to spell Setswana? Haha. Okay. Awesome. Perfect. So let's take a look at what we have offered in Chishona, Ndebele, Setswana. Fantastic. So after that, we need to start handling the footer. Okay. Perfect. So let's handle the footer now. I'm going to get out of this div and create a footer. So let's scroll up. Sorry guys for scrolling too much. Footer, and inside my footer, I'm going to create a div and give it a class of country. For now, I'm not sure if we want to style it based on that. And I'm going to call it Zimbabwe. If you guys are cloning this, if you guys are copying from my code, you can always change all these values depending on which country you are watching from. Okay, and then I'm gonna create another div, and then I'm gonna say search button, I don't know, button or buttons, button nav. So it's more or less like a button nav, right? So I'm gonna create two ULs. Okay, so the first UL is going to have an LI and an A tag, and these ones are going to be how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to say start 4. Perfect. And the first one, oops, what did I do? LI A ×4. Perfect. Okay, I'm doing it wrong. So it's LI ×4 A. Is it? No. Anyway, so I'm gonna do LI, okay, and A tag, and A tag is going to be about, guys, I just literally I forgot how Emmet works. Okay, so I'm just hold Shift Option. I can recover from this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. And I'll say advertising, business, and the other one is going to be search. Oops, works. Nice. Then the next URL, just gonna copy and paste this, and inside I'm gonna say privacy. The other one is gonna be terms. Oops, terms. Come on, terms. And the other one is gonna be settings. Ooh, man, I'm rushing. Terms, settings. Looks like I'm done with the HTML of the website. Okay, so this is what we have with our HTML, and we now want to start doing our CSS. Okay, fantastic. Let's go into my Explorer, create a new file, name it style.css. And inside of style.css, we're going to do a couple of things. So I'm going to first star of statics, or again star after, and star before, and then I'm going to say border box sizing. Jesus, man, box sizing, border box. Perfect. So after that, I am going to then say the HTML and the body tag. I will give it a font size of 100%, and I am going to give it a font. Come on, man. Family. Arial sans serif. Awesome. The color by default is going to be RGBA, and I'll put 0, 0. I'll give it 0.64, 65 will do. Okay. Margin, I'll give it a margin of 0, and for the padding, I'll give it a padding of 0, and the height will come at 100%. I'm going to save this in, but of course it won't affect our page because I haven't linked the CSS file. So to do that, I will then say link css style.css. Perfect. As you can see, it starts coming out. These files are already picking my color. That's awesome. I'm not sure why this one isn't. So we could come back here and say fill. No. Since we have targeted with a class, that's perfect. Awesome. So let's continue. What else do I want to do before I start this? Because I'm envisioning this as a flex, right? So I think I can do a display of flex. Let me take a look at this. So as you can see here, we've got this top part, this middle part, and this bottom part. I'm not sure what's sticking this bottom part to the bottom. I'm not sure if this container here has a flex grow of 1, which I'm thinking I need to do. So I'll just give it a flex and a flex direction of column, and I'll give this middle container a flex of grow. I think that's the strategy that I'm going to work on this one. So I'm just going to say display of flex, and I'm going to give it a flex direction again of column. Perfect. And then after that, let's start now seeing some changes onto our site. Awesome. So for the header, again, I'm going to just give it a display of flex, and by default flex is a direction row, so I don't have to specify the flex direction. So the justify content is going to be end, because I want to push it right to the end of the file, and I'll give it a padding of maybe 2M, and then I will give it I'll align the items center. Well, this shouldn't be here, so let's put it right up there. Padding of 1.8, and then we want to do a font size of 0.9M. I don't know, it doesn't look like a 1M to me. This also just doesn't look right. Maybe 1.8. That sounds much better. Looks much better, not sound. Looks much better. Awesome. Then next, we're gonna put in target these A tags, right in our header. I'll give it a margin, and the margin is going to be top of 0, also top and bottom of 0, and left and right of 0.7 m. Okay, gives us a little bit of space in between our stuff. Just before I forget, maybe if we can just make every image in the file responsive. Although we have one image, it's a good practice to always do this on all your images. So if you give your image a width of 100% and a height of auto, so what it happens is the width of the image will take the 100% of the width that you give it. So we just have to give the container the width of whatever. If it's 300 pixels, just give the container 300 pixel and the image will become responsive. Fantastic. So after that, I am going to now target the search, what did I call them? Search links. Awesome. Search links. And inside the search links, oops, man, the color, and I'm gonna give my color of inherit, and the text decoration will be none for now. I don't know why I'm saying for now, because I don't think I'll be able to change that. So water break, guys. Awesome. Right. What should we do next? Okay, so let me take a look at my hover effects. So here on my image, you see, not on the image itself, the links itself, themselves. If I hover on top of the images like this, and listen, the arrow that we removed should only come on hover. Okay, so let's do search links, and oops, on hover. I'm not going to put transition times because that's going to delay us more. I'm just going to say text decoration, and I'll put underline. So if we come back to our site, there we go. So now we have an underline underneath our code, our A tags. Okay, awesome. Let's target this big buddy there, the apps icon. Okay, so I think I named it Google Apps, and then the field will be I can't say inherit, can I? I'm not sure. I've never tried it out. Because we don't have a field that's on top, we could do it this way. I'm not sure if this is going to work, if this works. Ah, there we go. Field, it works. Fantastic. So it's going to inherit every color that we set in the body. Makes sense. Okay, awesome. So what's next is that icon that we have there looks too big for me, so I'm just going to give it a height of 1.5 m, and the width as well will receive a 1.5 m. Yeah, that looks fairly good, I guess. Perfect. And next, let's start working on the profile picture. And inside the profile picture, we are going to do a couple of things. So the height, there, I'm gonna say 3m, and the width, I'm gonna say 3m as well. And for the padding, I'm gonna say 1m, and the background, not the background, the background, I'm gonna say tomato. Let's take a look. That's nice. Perfect. So let's try and center our stuff. So I'm gonna give it a display of flex, justify content of center, and align items of center as well. Perfect. Okay, so after that, I'm gonna say the color will be white, and the text decoration will be none, because I don't want that underline that's inside the text, or that's under the text. I'm gonna give this a border radius of 50%, just so that we can make a perfect circle. Side note, you can't create a perfect circle without a square, so you need a square. That's why we have a height of 3m and a width of 3m, so both sides are equal. The left, right, and top and bottom are equal, so you can do a border radius of 50%. Awesome. So I'm gonna do a border of 3 pixel solid, and this one could be of white. Okay, awesome. That looks nice, guys. That looks perfect. Okay, the reason why we've put the border of white is because of that hover effect. Yeah, so when I hover on top of this icon here, there's like a icon that comes out. Again, I'm not going to putting this tooltip that's underneath there. I don't think we'll have enough time. Perfect. So let's do the hover effect. Profile picture, hover. Jesus, man. Hover, and this one will be border color. The border color, I don't know, pink. That's what we could do within the time that we have. It looks fine, actually. It looks good. Let's leave it like that for now. Let's take a look if this is responsive. Fantastic. It is responsive, exactly how we want it to be. So awesome. Okay, let's move along. So what do we need to do underneath that? So we've got the look and feel, and we have got this container, right, containing the search stuff. Okay, so that's the stuff that I'm gonna try and work on, and I think I named it main container as well. Search container, and I didn't create the what do you call it? The search container. So the main container, I thought I did. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's do that. Where did my languages go then? My languages went into somewhere else. That's not where we were supposed to go. Okay, I named it search container when it was supposed to be main container, so that's fine. That's good. Awesome. Okay, so the padding by default will be 2m, and the width will be 100%, and I'll give it a max width. I'm gonna guess 600 pixels, and the margin will be 0 auto by default. I'm gonna text align everything else that's inside this item to be center. What else do I need? And the main container is the stuff that we say we're gonna flex grow, right? So I'm gonna flex grow it to 1 pixel. So that means I need a display of flex, and I will need a flex direction of column. Okay, a flex direction of column, and then I'll try and align my items center like so. Okay, fantastic. It looks good. So let me save that in, take a look at what we have. We should try to contain everything within the contained space. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm just gonna work on the logo. So I'm gonna work on the logo. I'll give it a max width of 18m, and save that in. And what else do we need to do? I'll give it a margin bottom, just to give a space between the search icon and whatever that's underneath it. And the margin top though, or we could do it this way, because time isn't on our side. So I'm gonna say margin 5m top and bottom, and then 2m 0 left and right, and then 2m on the bottom. Oops. Awesome. That looks good. Looks solid, looks solid. Next, what do we have? So I'm done with that. Let me work on the search container that we misspelled the very first time. So let's do search. Oops. Search container. The display is going to be flex, and the align items is going to be center, and the width is going to be 100%. The padding will be 1M, and the height, I need to give this a height of 50 pixels. Oops, not OX pixels, PX. Okay, awesome. Let me give this a border of 1 pixel solid, RGBA. Oops, RGBA, and I'll give it a 0.1. Okay, very subtle gray, very subtle gray. So I'll give it this one a border radius again of 50 pixels. This is the reason why I wanted to give it a height of 2 pixels and a margin bottom of 2M, just to give space as we go down with the page. Okay, looks good, looks pretty good. I like that. So let me target the SVGs that's inside, because right now it's not looking the way it's supposed to look like. Okay, so I'm gonna say search container like so, and to SVG like so, and after that, let's give this SVGs a width of 1M, sorry, a height of 1M and a width of 1M as well. Is it too small? I think so. 2, maybe times 2 that. Ooh, that becomes too big. So maybe 1.5M should be fine. Looks good. Maybe a little bit smaller. 1.2M. Yeah, that's perfect. I like that. Tell me what you think, guys. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Helps us grow this channel. Yeah, awesome. Okay, let's continue. Let's target my search container input. So the input that we do have will have a border of none and an outline of none. The reason why I'm putting an outline of 9 is when I click in here, I don't want that nasty border that comes around the text. Okay, so as you can see, it's not filling out the whole space. So since we're in a flex box, I can easily then say flex grow of 1. So what flex grow 1 does, it allows the item to take the available space. Okay, the next thing is for this one, I think I need to put a padding top of 0 and left and right of 2M. Okay, so just so that my hover starts right inside, I can still select within the padding, and it should work the way it's supposed to work. One thing is, maybe I'll put a cursor pointer on this item so that it changes the cursor to that. Okay, fantastic. Moving along, let's start working on the buttons. What did I name the buttons, by the way? Search buttons. So I'm gonna say search buttons. I'm gonna give it a flex, display a flex. This is why I love flex, guys. It just comes in handy. Center and a margin. Margin bottom of 2M. So we're giving a consistent margin bottom. Consistent white spacing is very important. Your website will look clean. It'll look awesome. So regardless of what site you're working on, remember to put in good white spacing. Okay, not too much, not too little, enough white spacing. All right, so I'm gonna give it a background of a harsh, let me take a look at this color. Looks like a subtle gray, like a really subtle gray, right in the F's. Maybe F9. Let me take a look at that color. Where is my site? That looks right about it. Yeah, That looks it. That looks like it. Okay, awesome. Let's do a padding, tomato, 1.2M. This is just a guess, guys. Looks perfect. Margin top is going to be 0, and my margin left and right maybe 1.5M. That looks too much. 1.2M. Perfect. Look at that. It looks like there's a border radius too. I'm gonna say 4 pixels on this one. So 4 pixels on that one. That looks perfect. That looks awesome. My site looks pretty much like Google's website. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Right underneath that, we're gonna work on the languages, and I will give the languages a font size first of 0.8M. Hopefully that works. Awesome. Yep. That's fine. Maybe 0.9 would be better. Yeah. And let me stick to 8 for now. And then let's target the A tags inside the languages. Languages A. Oops, not square brackets, curly braces. Right. A. Let's give them margin top and bottom of 0, and margin left and right of 0.3M. That looks beautiful, isn't it? We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Right, let's try that. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks beautiful. So let's target the footer now. Looks like I'm almost done. I don't see the timer, so if I try to hit the timer, I'll still upload the video. If I don't make it, I'll still upload the video as well. Okay, so let's hash F9 as the background. The width is going to be 100%. Let me take a look at this. That looks nice. Okay, so inside my footer, I do have this country thing. This country, dot country, and I'm gonna give it a padding of 1M. I'm not even looking. Padding of 1M, 2M. Looks like it's been over 30 minutes already. Well, hope not. I'll give it a border bottom. Border bottom of 1 pixel solid, and the color is going to be hashtag DA. Awesome. That looks nice. The font size is going to be 0.9M, just so that we can be consistent. 0.9M. Yep, that looks nice. Let me take a look at the next stuff, which is the search buttons, the button that go on the footer. Button, like the Americans say. Justify content. This is going to be space between, and the padding. Let me put 1M on top and bottom, and then 2M left and right. 2M left and right. I'll change the flex direction by default, because this is column. As on mobile, it should show like so. Okay, and then next I need to target the ULs, or the unordered lists. Okay, the unordered lists, I'm gonna, I keep doing this square brackets, eating my time. I'm gonna say display of flex, like so. That looks nice. And I'm gonna justify content center, and I'm gonna say list style, and I'll say none. Then the padding be 0, and the margin will be 0 as well. Maybe we could do 0 on top, a 0 on the right, and then 1M on the bottom, just so that we can put a space between the first item and the next item. Fantastic. Okay, so after that, after that, let's start styling the anchor tags inside the search button nav. Okay, the color is going to inherit like so, and the text decoration text decoration is going to be none. If I've passed my 30 minutes, guys, I'm going to get fired. So if you guys know where to find a job, please let me know. But I don't think so. I think I'm within time. Padding 0 on top and bottom, and then 1 left and right. Ooh, look at that, guys. Is that the Google clone? Looks like the clone, right? Nailed it. So let's grow from the mobile to the desktop, because the only thing that's missing here is the navigation right underneath. Awesome, man. That was epic. So I'm gonna say media here, and the media only screen and minimum width of maybe 600 pixels, since we have set 600 pixels on the top. Okay, so the only thing that we're going to have to do is to change the direction of this flex box. So we're going to say flex direction and row. Look at that. Let's take a look. Ooh, man, nice. That looks beautiful. We've got this nice hover effect. I'm not sure if we have enough time. Let me try to put in a nice duration on that hover effect. Should be on profile picture. Nice transition. I'm gonna say try transition all 0.3, well, maybe 3. I like 3.5 seconds. Ease in out. Okay, look at that. That's beautiful. Let me zoom in, guys, so you guys can see. Look at that. That's amazing. So thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Helps growing this channel. I've attached a link to a portfolio if you want to build this. I've also attached the link in the description, so you can copy the code from my GitHub. You can just copy the code, clone the code, put it in your portfolio, and hopefully you get a job, and hopefully you get new clients too. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. It definitely helps us in growing the channel, and we are on a mission to help 1,000 developers. So I've also included a link to our exclusive 1K fam course. So if you're joining, if you're a new developer and you wanna navigate your way through, please be sure to follow the link in the description. Share the video as well. It just helps to grow the channel. Until then, guys, happy hacking.